I was watching the post-fight interviews, and you mentioned that, you gave that little speech like, "Don't give up, chase your dream
Yeah,
until there's nothing left." Is a part of you focused on kind of shutting the people that kind of told you to stop, kind of like quieting them, or is it more focused on,
yeah.
proving the supporters right?
I mean, like me personally. I mean, just my whole career, I've never had the limelight shine on me. Like I've had a lot of guys, like my teammates, my friends and stuff, that had a little bit, always had more light always on them. But I don't really like try to prove people wrong. I just prove myself right. You know, like I mean, because people, I remember when I got that fight, people like, you have nothing to lose. I'm like, but I have everything to gain. Like I just like to see things differently than how most people do. So I'm like, okay, like I don't really want to prove them wrong. I just know what I'm capable of. Rather than like it's and then once people start seeing it, I'm like, yeah, well, no shit. You're just seeing the stuff that I've been seeing forever. So for me, it is in a little way because you're just like you like to rub it in people's face. I remember they were talking about guys in my area and stuff. They're talking about guys that should be getting to UFC, and they were like mentioned a couple of guys and stuff. And like I was never in the picture, but now that I made it, it's a whole different fucking story. And I was like, oh yeah, I've been watching your shit since forever. I'm like, yeah, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, nah, you don't. Let's tell the truth. Like when you're hot, they're on you. Like what Mike Jones say back then, he didn't
Yeah.
want me. How I'm hot. Like that's just how
That should be
that's
your
just how I'm
walkout song. That should be your walkout song.
seriously. Because I'm like I have a group of people like I have a group of there's a promotion in Pittsburgh that I fought for. My record for them is I think 8-1 or 9-1 with 6 or 7 knockouts, and I'd never had a title shot given to me and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like
Wow.
it's just weird. That's just how I was always just like the co-main event and stuff and I just accept it for what it was and stuff. So I mean, it's part of business. You got to build yourself up and build your way up and get your way into the right things. But now that I'm here, I'm like, yeah, I'm like shitting on him like Nicki Minaj. I'm like, yeah, because I just hate when people. So my last UFC fight, I fought in Pittsburgh 3 weeks before that. Like 3 weeks before that. So like all these people are like, oh yeah. I'm like, dude, I just fought and you didn't buy a ticket and you didn't come support me. And now I'm in the UFC and you're like, yeah, I knew you were a fucking beast. I'm like, no, how come you weren't buying tickets when I was trying to like provide for myself by doing this shit? Like I hate that. I'm like, I get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you like more eyes are on you so people start to pay attention. But just be like you're a fan. That's cool. Say I've been a fan. Don't be like, yeah, I've been a fan of yours forever. I'm like, no, you're just from Pittsburgh. You haven't been a fan of mine forever because you've never brought a ticket from me. You've never supported me. You've never retweeted anything that I said. You never like said it. Like I'm talking about trying to get to UFC. You never like mentioned it or shared it. So I guess I mean I don't know. I guess it's just a big part of fighting. Like I tell people all the time. I'm always like, yo, support your local fucking fighters. Like because 1 minute they're local and the next minute they're big and you're going to want to be part of their crew. So fucking support them while they're small. Like, don't wait till they get big and then support them. I think that's just cheesy.
Yeah,
But I got a
it
lot of that.
really
I
doesn't take
love it.
much
I ain't gonna
effort
lie.
to support the local
No.
fighters. It's just like you share
Retweet.
in an
Yeah,
interview
share
there.
some of your spend $30. I mean, like the UFC comes to Pittsburgh and stuff like that. People buy tickets like fucking out the ass and shit. Like we have Steeler games and Pirate games and stuff, and people go see other athletes like that you don't know, don't have a personal relationship. You go see them play sports, and then your friend has a boxing match or a kickboxing match or MMA fight. He's trying to get you to buy tickets for like $70 or $50. You're like, damn, dog. I'm like, shit, you was just that like fucking you was just at the Steeler game, dog. You spent like $15 a beer. I know you got $20 or $35, $50 to come support your people, but they like some people don't. Like it's just how it is with the local. And then once you make it big, you're like, oh man, yeah, dog, I knew you forever. I'm like, if I made a big post too. I'm like, if you didn't buy a ticket off me, don't be fucking saying you've been cool with me because you might be a fan, but you're not part of my group. I have people that have come to like shows for forever. They got kids and shit, and they like fucking they make and like I'm like, yo, those are people that they need me to like show up at something, come do stuff, like do charity work. I'm like, I do whatever you want me to because you've been supporting me since the beginning. Everybody else, you gotta pay. Everybody else like gotta pay. I'm like, now because it's a business transaction. You're doing this for a simple reason for like if it looks good for your business and stuff. I mean, I have local business around here that's been supporting me since day one. And then I have some other ones like, hey, you want to do this? I'm like, all right, so this is how much it's going to cost. Because you weren't supporting me when I didn't have anything else. So it means you're not here to support me. You want me because it's a business transaction. I get that. That's good, but it's going to cost you. There's other businesses that I've been working with forever that like chiropractic places that just gave me work for nothing. Like, like I have another spot to like give me dry needling, they get laser therapy. I'll be with them forever. Whether I do good in the UFC or whatever done, I'll still benefit and I'll still push them simply because they were with me before that. But like after I had like 80 businesses hit me up, like want to trade services, right? Like, I'm like, but I'm like, but I already have a place that does. Like, oh, well, we can do this. I'm like, but you're just doing this because you want my juice. Like, fuck that. Because those are the type of people that once you're gone, you know what I mean? Like, if you fall off for a little bit, you lose a fight, they'll drop you. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, I'd rather stick with the people that's been with me since day one. So I just, like, I get it. I get the business aspect of it, but you have no idea how many fucking messages I got, like strength coaches. Like I've had a strength coach I've been working with. He's a friend of mine. I've been friends with him for like 10 years. We used to live together. We trained together. He had a couple he had like 5 or 6 amateur fights. Real good guy. He's been training with me for years. Like seriously, like 7, 8 years he's been doing my strength coaching. Soon as this UFC fight happens, I mean like guys hit me up like, yo, I can get you some serious real. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, yo, I was fighting before this. I'm like, this dude's been training me for free. He's a good friend of mine, and you're telling me that you can do this and you can do that, but he's been doing it out of the kindness of his heart because he wants to see me be successful. You're just doing it because you can see you getting somewhere with me, not just actually like doing it out of the kindness of your heart. So I'm like, nah, like everything else. I'm like, if you wasn't with me before and you trying to get with me now, you gonna have to pay. That's my new. I'm like on my Kanye West shit. Fuck you, pay me. I need money. If you're gonna be using me, it's gonna cost you. Like that's. I mean, like that's just the way it is.
Yeah, definitely, man. You got to get paid. You worked years and years and years, and when you get there, and the people that come in at that time, at that opportune time, you gotta pay up. You know what I mean? You can't just like trade services. That's kind of a weird expression, right?
Like, I mean, like I like so you get that. Like I said, I have a place I go to, Green Tree Chiropractics. I have a spot that I go to called Regeneration Pittsburgh. I have a place I went to called Pittsburgh Performance Institute, and they all messed with me before I got to UFC. Like they would do services, like all kind of stuff. I have a masseuse that I work with. He works with. So I'm like. But then there's like other places like, oh, well, you can. I have another place Cranberry cryotherapy too. So like they allow me to come in and use the cryotherapy as much as I want to, and I'll tweet them and shout out to them. But they did this before I was in the UFC. Like, you know what I mean? I talked to the guy. I told him I'm an inspiring fighter. He goes, oh yeah, we can put a discount code out on your name. I own a gym. I'll get people to come to your spot. That's good. And then once I'm back to the UFC, it's even better. His business can say he caters to a UFC fighter. He can get a whole new market. And I'm like, yeah, but like a lot of places will do that. Like, oh, well, we can do this or we can do that. I'm like, but now it's like, if it's not money, then why am I, you know what I mean? Like, unless you have a product like CBD products and stuff like that, there's companies that can send you stuff and there's stuff. But like, unless you have a product, it's like not beneficial for you. And you're not like a main sponsor. Like I had this one guy be like, hey, can I like put my company's name on your shirt? And I was like, for what? He goes, oh, well, like, because we're Pittsburgh and shit. I'm like, hey, get the fuck out of here, dude. You're fucking tripping. Like, so fucking what? You're a Pittsburgh company? I'm like, but where were you when I was a local Pittsburgh fighter? I fought in Pittsburgh probably like 12, 13 times. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, dude, where were you? And like, you can go on my Instagram and stuff and go through all of my posts before I was in the UFC. And it's like, hey, if you're interested in sponsorship opportunities, you can contact me now. Yada, yada, yada. It's a great opportunity for local businesses. And then you're in the UFC and they're like, hey, so how about we talk now? Man, fuck y'all. That just rubs me the wrong way. I'm like, if a relationship is started on the gist of the relationship is just to get money, then I'm like, then that means it's a business transaction. It's not a relationship. There's a big fucking difference. Like, it's just like coaches or teammates. Like if a big gym hit me up right now, I was like, hey, you want to come train with me? I'd be like, no, because like I was the same fighter I was 6 months before this. You know what I mean? Like that's why I like my coach. Like I tell fighters all the time, like you don't have to go to a big gym. You just have to find the right coaches. It's not necessarily at a big gym. It's just the right coaches. Don't go somewhere all because they have UFC fighters there, because that's not why coaching and stuff links up. It's the same way with like sponsorships and business interactions and stuff like that. Like, of course, there's some that are strictly for money and shit like that, but those ones are strictly for money. If I'm like play local businesses around here, like I want to be with them. Like I said, I go to their spots and tag myself at their spots, and I appreciate their things. Like if they own a restaurant, I've been eating there, so I do like their food. I'm not just saying it because they pay me money. You know what I mean? Like it's not a sponsorship. Like, oh, I'm drinking this because they pay me. No, I'm drinking it because I actually like it, and it just they happen to be paying me too. But like I'm more of a real type person. Like I'm a real dude.